I glanced at the empty chairs around the table. The balloons sagged in silence. The frosting knife was slick in my hand. And I smiled, because I already knew why she was calling. 2 weeks earlier, I had sent out my birthday invites. Simple, respectful, a dinner at home. I expected nothing extravagant, just presents, just love. Then my brother announced a barbecue. Same date, same time. His house, not mine. And like sheep, they all followed. Mother, father, friends, even my wife, even my daughter. They left me standing alone on my own birthday. That was the moment I stopped being a husband, a brother, a father. I became something else. It didn't start with the barbecue. I had seen it long before. Her late-night smiles at her phone, the sudden guarded passwords, the softness in her voice when she said his name, my brother's name. The thought was poison, but the evidence grew roots. Receipts tucked in her purse, messages that vanished too quickly. Her absence explained away with excuses so thin I could see right through them. Still, I said nothing. I kept my face calm, my words gentle. Because silence sharpens suspicion into a blade. And I needed a blade. I planned slowly, months, every move precise. I didn't rage, I didn't confront, I studied. His bank records, her emails, the fragile financial strings that held them both. She thought I was oblivious. He thought I was weak. Good, let them. I began moving my money. Quiet transfers, hidden accounts. I cataloged every message, every lie. Her affair with him wasn't just betrayal, it was leverage. I became patient, a spider in the dark. On the day of the barbecue, I sent a polite excuse to the family group chat, feeling unwell. You all enjoy. They didn't question it. They never did. By then, I was invisible to them. So I stayed home, lit my own candles, cut my own cake. And right when I slid the knife through the frosting, my phone vibrated. 52 missed calls. Her final message, call me, urgent. I answered then, calm, almost kind. Happy birthday, she whispered, her voice trembling. I let silence stretch. Then I asked, how's the barbecue? She broke. I could hear the chaos in the background, voices raised, shouts, my brother yelling, my mother crying. Because while they ate and laughed, a lawyer's courier had arrived at the barbecue with a stack of documents. Divorce papers, property seizures, screenshots, photos, every secret laid bare on the picnic table. I had timed it perfectly. The house deed in my name only, transferred months before. The accounts frozen, assets liquidated into my control. Custody papers prepared, backed by her own written confessions of neglect. And most brutal of all, the evidence of her affair with my brother, delivered to every family member, in glossy, undeniable detail. She begged, she pleaded through the phone, please, please, you don't understand. But I did. I understood everything. By nightfall, she was locked out of the house, her clothes in neat boxes on the lawn. The locks changed. My daughter asleep in her room upstairs, safe. Mine, not hers. My brother tried calling me too, dozens of times. His voicemails slurred with panic, rage, desperation. But he knew. His wife had left him that evening. His business accounts, ones I quietly traced and sabotaged, were now under investigation. He was finished. They both were. When the sun rose the next morning, I brewed coffee in silence. The house was calm, no tension, no lies. And I thought about how betrayal doesn't cut when it happens. It cuts when you finally accept it. They thought they had erased me with one barbecue. Instead, I erased them. My family calls less now. When they do, their voices are stiff, cautious, like they're speaking to someone who might burn them just for leaning too close. Maybe they're right. I don't forget. I don't forget. But I don't need to, because every time I remember my brother's barbecue, I also remember the silence of my birthday, the empty chairs, the cake, the single text from my wife. And I remember the smile that spread across my face. As their world burned, mine finally lit up. Justice isn't loud. It isn't angry. It's silent, precise, patient. And when it comes, it tastes sweeter than any cake. Even a birthday cake cut alone.